Oh, hello! I didn't see you there. Your old buddy Noah Mitchell here from Zenoscope Entertainment, hoping that you are having an absolutely wonderful Tuesday afternoon. Thank you all. We obviously did not stream on the first Tuesday of the month as was planned. We came back from Florida, took back a little bit more than emails and comic books. Unfortunately, some illnesses as well. So thank you all for being flexible and tuning in today. It's great to see all of you in the stream. Hello, John. Hello, Gary. Good to see you. Chris, hello. Joe, good to see you. Steven, pleasure as always. Special shout out to Sarah on the opposite side of this very thin wall, who is probably hearing everything that I'm saying as well. If you're wondering what the higgity heck did I just stumble onto, what am I watching here, what the heck is going on, once a month we do what we call a retailer live stream, where we will connect with a comic book store, brick and mortar location, somewhere throughout the States. We started this initiative a while back during the pandemic as a way to connect with local comic book stores, brick and mortar locations, because I say it every month and it bears repeating. I'll say it again until I die. We would not be where we are as a company, let alone as an industry, without the continued love and support of these small brick and mortar comic shop locations. They are the backbone, the lifeblood of the industry. So we want to kind of pay back to them, say thank you very much and show you all the fantastic stuff that they have to offer. This next store is actually very special to me, near and dear to my heart. I used to work in Lebanon, Pennsylvania, not too long ago. And every day on my lunch break, or at least once a week, every Wednesday, I should say, I would head over to AA Comics and Cards down in Lebanon, Pennsylvania. They got me my weekly comics, my pulls for months. And it was always a pleasure to go in there. Great staff, phenomenal atmosphere. Always something fun and happening while you're down there. So without further ado, I would love to bring on Paul from AA Comics and Cards. Paul, you ready? All right. How you doing, sir?
I am doing great. I think you said everything, so we're good, right?
Yeah, that's the check. Got that.
Yeah.
Yeah, more or less.
And look at the handy display here.
That is beautiful. I haven't seen one of those in a while. And kudos on the shirt, by the way.
Look at me rocking the Z-Scope shirt. So
you are all Zenoscoped out, my friend.
We try.
To the nine.
Else. Yes. So I guess you want me to do a walkthrough on the store?
We would love to. So first off, how's it look outside? You can
probably do it. You've been in here so much. You want me to start outside?
If it's not too cold out there.
It is. It's a little bit chilly because we have, as you can see, snow. But let me see. I can't make this happen here. Oh, there we go.
There she is.
Yep. Award-winning sign here in the heart of downtown Lebanon. And as we go, let me see if I can't make there we go. Now you can sort of see.
Ooh, impressive. That's a great angle.
Yeah. So, as you walk in, our one lonely customer right now, it's a quiet time. Snow scared many people's away, I believe. As we walk in through, as you can see, where you would hang out at most of the time would have been here on the new release wall. So this is pretty much our new release wall. It's a slightly bare, getting in preparation for tomorrow for some new titles.
Hey,
just saying, that will be available tomorrow.
Nice, dude.
And so then over here, then we have our recent Marvel section again. And then across from us on the other side will be our DC, our independents. Our customer here is at let's see if I can find them again. There we go. At the Dollar Island. There are a lot of Zenoscope dollar books that we have on special. Of course, we have more than just comics. We have Toon Tumblers. We have many toys. We have a huge trade selection. This is our essential reads. So these are the books that we read because we're one of the few stores that's probably reading their books
Mhm.
and recommending, as we do all the time. And then kind of looking at our wall display, our big award-winning display case, also with some pretty cool books. And of course, if we can get back there a little bit, we do have some Zenoscope specials and stuff
Nice.
on the wall. And then over here, we have some of our card selection because we also are AA Comics and Cards. So we have a lot of supplies here for card needs. We are a big retailer for Iron Guard, BCW, Ultra Pro. We have all those supplies that are needed. And of course, we have many, many cards.
Mhm.
Let's see if I can. It looks like I'm getting it. Yeah.
You guys have expanded that, haven't you?
Yeah, because we're over here with the Pokemon side, so we're definitely very large with the Pokemon. Here is our selection here, and we don't have as much. We just recently acquired a collection that we have some of the originals. So we have a first edition Team Rocket set and an early
Ooh.
Jungle Complete sets that we just recently acquired. Um, and a lot of those sets have been disappearing really quickly. March 9th, we will have the pre-release for the next Pokemon set, and we'll be doing a daily pre-release until the release day of the 22nd also. So, and if I'm not here, you're going to see Mr. Kevin here. So
Hi,
between the
Kevin.
two of us, we've been selling Pokemon since it started. Uh, and but yeah, Kevin's our store manager now, and so he will gladly put books in your hands if you need suggestions. In exchange for money, yes. In exchange
Doing
for
God's
money,
work,
yes.
Kevin.
Yes. And most of the time, if you say anything remotely about fantasy, he's going to throw twig in your hand. So that's a warning. He's a big D&D guy, which we have our gaming events. Wednesday nights is our D&D night. Thursday we have Pokemon and open board game night, which will bring us down to our huge board game selection. And I think you've seen this once or twice.
Oh, absolutely. I
Yeah.
now definitely I'm more of the comic book guy, but I ventured back that way. And that looks bigger too. That looks like that's expanded.
A little bit. I think from when you were here last, I think we have changed it so we make it look bigger. Um,
Good word.
and then we have our Warhammer section back here with the extensive Warhammerness uh, again, and more back issues,
Hmm.
and our Bronze and Silver Age older back issues, and yet back over here we have more back issues and our extensive trade section back along here. And again, now this is definitely a section that has gotten expanded since you were in last, Noah. Uh, and then we have our image books along here, along with some of our Star Wars and Marvel select toys. And of course, I would be remiss if I did not mention we got pops.
Oh yeah, there they are.
We got pops. We got lots of pops. They're here. They're over there. They're over there. They're over there. They are like gremlins. They multiply everywhere.
Don't feed them after midnight.
or at all, because it's just going to go pretty horribly wrong, and they will mass into top shelf pops, and where it's like, oh yeah, Paul McCartney, he's $200 because
No
it's Paul
way.
McCartney, I guess. Way.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
yeah. So it happens. But yeah, I mean, we got comics, we got cards, and a whole lot more. I think is a good way to kind of put it. Now, you and I talked a little bit earlier about this.
Yes.
We are going to try a new segment here for Mr. Jason, then, and we're going to see Mr. Jason can figure out who the artist is on our exclusive cover here for Calculated Man.
See if you can. Jason's in the background. I don't know if you can see him taking a look.
Is Let's see if he can figure this out.
And Jason, we'll give you some time too. So if you
Yeah,
can have an
don't
answer.
look it up.
Reverse image search, quick.
Yeah. So
So just a few questions from you. So I definitely got
go
some
ahead.
interested folks in the comment section. How long have you guys actually been in business?
Well, I've been selling comics for over 20 years now, but this physical storefront in this location, we've been here. No, we are going to be pushing. We're 7.5 years. We're 7.5 years.
Wow,
We're going to be pushing 8 real, a little later this year. Yeah.
that's great. And
Yeah.
now you said I heard you mention at one point award-winning sign,
Yep.
award-winning display section. What
Yep.
are the
Those were Diamond Best Practice Awards from Diamond Comic
oh,
Distributors. Yeah.
wow,
Yeah.
very cool.
And
Congratulations.
let's see if I can sort of. Yeah, you can sort of see them in the little corner up there, the little blue sun.
Oh,
The
yes.
magic. Yeah. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. They kind of stopped doing that. The world ended, and things kind of went awry.
Nice. Well, I'm seeing some, like I said, Jimmy says some selection. Wow, some selection.
A little
Jeff
bit.
Dean says your shop is awesome.
Thank
Now,
you. We hear that once and again.
now Steven asks a good question that I think is smart. Is it called AA Comics and Cards so that you're listed first in the phone book?
100%.
Is it really?
100%. Yep. If I do a
Wow.
show and they list the shops alphabetically, we're on the top of the list. Yeah.
Nice.
Because you don't want to be buried in the middle. Sometimes, and since my last name starts with a Z, I'm tired of being at the end of the line. So I want to try how these other people feel and be first in line. Yeah.
Absolutely. Why not?
Yeah.
If you know how the game is played, play the game.
Yeah. But that was a good pick because yes, that is the absolute reason. First in the
That's
phone.
very smart, very clever. Do you have any? I know you said that you've got, it sounds like weekly Pokemon nights, Magic nights.
Yes.
Do you have any upcoming events that you guys would like to plug?
Pokemon pre-release will be starting on March 9th. That'll be our big thing, next big thing coming up. We just had on Saturday. We just had our League Cup, World Cup. We actually had a third and sixth ranked Pokemon World players in here on Saturday, so that was pretty fun. Yes, it was nuts in the back room.
I can't even imagine that, like the pro level,
Yeah, they were. Well, I had to leave for a show that I was doing on Sunday and in Maryland. And how late were they here, Kevin?
About 6, 7 o'clock until they finally all cleared out.
And we started at 9:30.
Oh
so,
my gosh.
Yeah, it was intense. Yeah.
Now, one thing I just want to point out for the people watching, one thing that I love about your store, I don't know if anybody noticed, but I'm fairly confident almost all of your books are pre-bagged and boarded.
Yes.
So you guys have saved me so much money by already providing,
Yes.
like
So these are here we'll go with the new action. So yes, here is how you will receive your book in nice condition. We try to make sure they stay this way. That is the reason we bag and board the books as they come in. It's also a time saver for us. It does help us later as we're putting things into back issues and stuff. But I've been doing that for a long time. I think it helps show that we care about your collectibles and your comics as much as hopefully you do. And but yes, we that's part of our service especially with our subscription service.
Yeah. Oh, we actually got a special celebrity appearance by cover artist extraordinaire, Mr. Drax Gal. Drax, thanks for bopping in the comments section. Drax was wondering if you would mind showing the that cool little Zenoscope section that you had at the beginning.
Oh, sure. Let me head back to the floor display that we have.
To the icy tundra.
Well, it is a little colder up front, as you can see. Oops.
Beautiful.
There we go.
Now that is a work of art.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, very cool, Paul. Thank you so much for taking the time to bop on and show us your store. And again, thank you so much for being flexible for rescheduling from last week. I think you stumped Jason on the cover. So if you want to reveal who it is.
Oh, Jason, you let me down. This fantastic cover, and I will. One day we'll talk about this story about this cover that we did for another company, Aftershock, Calculated Man. Um, it was a last minute thing that happened, and I turned down a cover from Tony Harris to use this cover from our boy, Mr. Anthony Spay.
Bam. Oh, no, I know. I wish. Oh, man. I saw Jason in the background do one of these.
Yep. Yeah, he should have known.
Dang.
Listen, Jason, you let me down, dude. You owe me a beer next time. That's, that's how it goes.
There you go. We'll get you a Yingling.
No. Something much better.
All right. Something from Yards, right?
There we go. Now we're
yeah,
talking.
There you go.
Yeah.
A nice Pennsylvania beer.
That's right.
All right.
Righty.
Well, Paul, thank you so much for everything. We're going to bop on over to the sales segment. And I am also going to throw your Facebook page in the comment section as well. So if anybody watching on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch would like to check out AA Comics and Cards, please go over to their Facebook. Do you have any other social media that you are prominent on, or main website you got?
That's it. I think there's an Instagram page that's tied to that too, but that's mostly it. It's mostly Facebook right now. Yeah.
All right, well, go and check them out there, folks. Paul, thank you again for everything.
Oh, I'm sorry. I would be remiss. Our other thing to plug would be our podcast that we do our weekly reviews on comic books, which would be Comic Book Rehab, because we're AA.
Oh, that's so great.
Yeah.
All right, Comic Book Rehab. I will throw that in the. Is that just comicbookrehab.com?
I don't know. You can find that on any of the podcast sections on iTunes and stuff like that. We're usually just hit Comic Book Rehab, and then we're on there. Okay.
All right. Very cool.
Awesome.
Well, thank you again, Paul. We appreciate all your help, and thank you for being part of the Zenescope family.
Thank you, Mr. Noah. We'll see you later. Take care.
All right. Have a good. Thanks, man. All right. That was Paul from AA Comics and Cards in Lebanon, Pennsylvania. Again, one of my favorite stores, hometown store for me as well. Great guy, great people. It's always an adventure when you're going to AA Comics and Cards. We're going to go over to our sales segment now, where a friendly reminder, half of the proceeds from today will be going directly to Paul and Kevin over at AA Comics and Cards. So, Jason, if you are ready over there in the studio, I will send it on over to you.
Oh, look at that fade out. Yeah. Dude, that was an interesting fade out. I like that. I'm a fan of that. All right. So first and foremost, I want to say a huge thank you to Paul over at AA Comics. I want to say a huge thank you to Noah for even suggesting that we do AA Comics. I've known Paul for years and years. Paul and Zenescope go back even further than since I was working here too as well. I've actually done Paul's shop when we used to do in-store visits at comic shops and so forth. And I've done his shop probably at least 3 times, I want to say, possibly 4. I know it's been at least 3, but not in the last couple of years, though, or so. Paul is just another fantastic comic shop owner. I've known Paul, again, like I said, for years. I know his son, Zane, has worked at the shop multiple times. I guess I'm not sure if Zane's still working there now. Obviously, we met a brand new employee of Paul's over at AA. But again, Paul is just one of those absolutely fantastic comic shop owners. I was fortunate enough to catch up with Paul at Comics Pro in Pittsburgh just last year, and we talked and so forth. And again, I consider Paul just a really good friend. He's one of those comic shop owners that really gets into his customers as far as what they're interested in, look out for them and stuff like that for their pull box. Paul is just one of those absolutely fantastic guys. Like you said, he's been selling comics for 20 plus years and so forth. And again, we feel these comic shops, they're the lifeblood of the industry, and AA Comics has been supporting us, like I mentioned, pretty much since we started, since our inception as a publisher and so forth. And like I mentioned, I've done his shop numerous times. And again, it's Noah's hometown shop. That should be enough to let you guys know how strongly we feel about our relationship with AA Comics. And they just, again, have an absolutely fantastic shop. One of the things I don't know if you kind of noticed just by Paul walking around is it's an extremely easy navigatable shop. You're not tripping over things to get to other things and so forth. It's very well spread out, very easily navigatable and so forth as far as back issues go, as far as the graphic novels, as far as his toys, as far as everything, all the product that he has and so forth. You're not tripping over things to get to other things and so forth. It's a really clean shop. And again, run by, I feel, one of my best friends in the industry. Paul is just, he's a legacy for us here at Zenescope. We're extremely fortunate to be doing this with him. I'm really let down on the fact that I did not get Anthony Spey on that cover. Anthony's a local cover artist of ours. Paul's been good friends with Anthony for years and years. He's had Anthony into the shop and so forth. I can't believe I didn't get it. It's probably because of the fact that it was a black and white cover. I don't know, it was a little too dark for me. I think we're ready to rock. Yeah, please come on.
One last thing I forgot to mention before we get started today, special little impromptu treat that I want to throw out to everybody watching because tomorrow is Valentine's Day.
Oh.
And we here at Zenescope want you to be our Valentine. So any purchase from today's stream will be getting a free little heart sticker. Could be that one there. Could be that one there. Could be that one there. So, as an extra added incentive, anybody who places an order, bam, a little love from us.
All right, good work out of you, Noah. So first and foremost, a happy Valentine's to everybody out there. So if you're not sure how this works, the very first new release that we're going to put up is NR1 or New Release 1. We'll have multiple covers and so forth. You may order as many covers as you like, whether it's cover A, cover B, cover C, cover D. We'll put the price of the book up there and so forth. The first book that we have actually can be signed by the writer, who is Noah. So I'm going to probably bring him back up here when we do cover that book. We give you the price of the book. Again, the signatures are free. Whether you want to have your book signed or whether you do not want to have it signed, please indicate one way or another. Also, if this is your first time ever joining us in a live stream, please let us know because we will get you a free gift. That'll be a free graphic novel. It'll come with your order too as well. You must order something in order to get this free gift and so forth. And I've seen a couple of brand new names in the stream. Jimmy B. I don't know, Jimmy, if you're a brand new customer of ours. If you are and you do order something, please indicate this is your first time buying with us. And again, we'll get you a free signed graphic novel. All right. So without further ado, let's go to our first new release. Again, this will be New Release 1 or NR1. This is our Grimm Fairy Tales Valentine pinup special. So the special actually has an 8-page story in the very beginning of it. Kind of gets into Dragon Girl. Dragon Girl is one of our characters and so forth. It's actually kind of written by, should I say, it's Cinderella kind of writes Dragon Girl kind of into the story. So it's something near and dear to pretty much all guys, at least I feel, how they feel about Valentine's Day and Valentine's Day being kind of a gift grab kind of thing or whatever. Di, I don't know if you want to chime in on this. Are you a fan of Valentine's Day? No. All right. Well, Di, thank you for being not a fan of Valentine's Day. It's a waste of money. All right. Good choice. So all the guys in here that all have girlfriends or whatever, all the people in the stream and so forth. Hopefully I'm not offending any of the ladies in the stream. You all have birthdays. You all have, inception of when your relationship started. Maybe you're married and so forth, and you have an anniversary or something like that. Christmas, of course. And then of course your husband, your boyfriend, what have you, already buying you gifts throughout the year. Hey, I saw this something or whatever. I figured I'd just get you something. I saw some flowers, figured I'd just pick them up for you, that type of thing. Valentine's Day to me is Valentine's Day. I don't want to get into it, but anyway, this story kind of touches on that. No, I don't know. Hey, do you have anything to add? You're the writer. You want to? Please jump in, dude. You're meet the writer.
So I will say, you can turn it down if you want. That'd be cool. Thank you. I will say, so I'm very excited about this book. One, because Dave let me do some crazy, goofy, silly stuff, which I'm always a fan of. But it is also, in my humble opinion, a key issue. For those of you watching who might not be familiar, keys typically, first appearance of a character, something important happening within the series. This is the very first in comic book appearance of Dragon Girl. Some of you guys might be familiar with the character or recognize her. She's only appeared on 2 Zenescope covers ever. One by, I believe it was Mike Crone, and then the other by Sun Kumanaki. Don't bother looking for them. I think they're all sold out. But you can probably find them on eBay, or hey, go to AA Comics and Cards. Maybe Paul will be able to hook you up. But Dragon Girl has only ever appeared on those 2 books. She's never appeared within a story. So Dave was very kind, very generous, and gave me the opportunity to write her first story. In addition to that, it is also featuring some new artwork by Jordy, not Tarragona, a new Jordy, who I don't believe that has ever done artwork for us before. And I have to tell you, his interiors are phenomenal. So you're getting a twofer. First appearance of Dragon Girl, first interior artwork by new Jordy. I apologize, Jordy, I can't remember the last name.
Second writing of Noah Mitchell.
Second writing of Noah Mitchell.
Right.
And heck, it's Valentine's Day,
And
right?
Valentine's Day.
Why not celebrate with Zenescope? Go out, get your, you know what, I've been told significant others love Grim Fairy Tales 2024 pinup specials. It's an aphrodisiac, actually. Chocolate, red wine, roses, Valentine's Day pop-up specials. You got it. That's all I'll say.
Good stuff, sir. So again, I want to say a huge thank you to Noah for that, for writing. And of course, like you mentioned, the first appearance of Dragon's Girl. If we can put the graphic back up, thank you, sir. So again, the issue is $5.99. Just put NR1. You can put cover A. You put cover B. You can put cover C. Possibly cover D. You'll see the artist that did those covers, Alfredo Reyes doing the cover A, Igor Vitorino, if I could speak in English, I would tell you, doing cover B. That is our good friend Jason Cardy. So Jason Cardy, actually, I think he changed his name to J. Cardy Grade. We met Jason, Ralph and I and Dave back in London when we did SuperCon. Geez, oh man, years and years ago. I want to say a good 7-8 years ago and so forth. Phenomenal cover artist. And then, of course, Cedric Poulat. I'm probably mispronouncing the last name there, too, as well, and I apologize, on cover D. So, again, those are the covers that you see there. If you could pop that down, too, for a second real quick, Jake. So the one thing I want to kind of show you is, again, like Noah mentioned or whatever, not only does it have the story, but it also has a lot of pinup cover art on the interior. You're going to find covers by Sun Kumanaki, Noah Salonga, a lot of our great cover artists on the interior, Vince El Tabanis and so forth. Jim Leonard has done a cover on the interiors and so forth. So it is, there's 36 pages to it in total, but about a good 28 pages of all good cover art and so forth on the interior of that. So again, just put NR1A, NR1B, C, or D. Indicate whether you want to have it signed. Again, it can be signed by Noah. It can also be signed by Dave Franchini, who contributed on the editing side of thing and storyline too as well. And then, of course, Joe Brusha too as well. Joe can sign pretty much every single thing that we do. All right, moving on. Let's go to new release number 2. New release number 2 is going to be Mist, Dragon's Guard. What's really unique about this book to me is, first of all, this is our first time ever having Alec Worley doing some writing for us. So Alec Worley, I had to look it up because I was almost in disbelief. Alec Worley has done some writing on Judge Dredd. He's done some Teenage Ninja Mutant Turtles. He's done some writing for Star Wars too, and Panini as a publisher and so forth. So this is a huge get for us to get Mr. Worley writing for us. So we're extremely fortunate in that regard. So again, this is our first release, or first time, I should say, working with Alec. And I read the story. I'm a big fan. This is where we kind of bring back Sela. She winds up going through Mist and so forth, trying to encourage the Dragon's Guard to help her basically guard that nexus and so forth. And she poses some questions to the guardians of that nexus and so forth, and saying, why won't you help me out and so forth. So again, cover A. So this would be new release 2. And again, if you want to have this signed, it would be signed by Joe and Dave too as well. Dave doing the editing, I believe, on this one. Also doing some story too as well. So again, so if you want to have it signed, you would have it signed by Joe and Dave. Cover A, again, Igor Vitorino there. Cover B is Sonia Modis. And then cover C as in Charles is Pierluigi Abbondanza. Again, the book is $6.99. The reason why this one is $6.99 is it is a 48-page story. So this actually has 48 pages of content and so forth. That's why we would consider this, I would say, even past an oversized single issue. Figure regular single issues are normally 21, 22 pages and so forth. They normally go for $2.99, $3.99. Our oversized are usually anywhere from quite a few pages or like double size that and so forth. This happened to be a little bit over past an oversized issue. So again, being $6.99. Again, please indicate whether you want to have it signed. And it'll be signed by Joe Russia. And again, Dave Franchini, who contributed on story and editing too as well. So that is new release number 2. I do want to get into a couple of graphic novels that we're going to cover too as well. If you're interested in the first graphic novel we're covering, it's actually The Watcher. So The Watcher is $12.99. And if you'd like to have it signed, you can have it signed by Joe Bruscia. I believe this one was actually written by, if I'm not mistaken, it was Dan Wickline, right? Oh, this was Ralph Tedesco. I'm sorry. Wickline did the Sleepy Hollow, which will be the next one we're covering. I apologize. So if you're interested in graphic novel 1, again, $12.99. This is about a Catholic deacon who moves his family to New England. The home that he does move his family into and so forth. There's rumors that it's haunted and so forth. His daughter, Erica, has creepy feelings about the house and so forth. Things start happening to her classmates and so forth. It kind of gets dark, kind of gets twisted from there. This is a great, fantastic standalone story. If you've never read anything by Zenescope, if you've never read our Grim Fairy Tales, if you've never read anything that we've ever done as a publisher, The Watcher is an actually ideal starting point. Again, has that kind of like dark, kind of twisted, kind of ghost, kind of haunted feel to it and so forth. And the artwork in this is just absolutely exceptional in The Watcher and too, as far as the interiors go. So again, if you're interested in graphic novel 1, again, it's $12.99. And if you're interested in having it signed, all the signatures are free. In fact, any of the books that we talked about earlier, the Mist Dragon's Guard or the Grim Fairy Tales Valentine special, all the signatures on those are free. So whether you want to have it signed or unsigned, please indicate one way or the other. All right, that is graphic novel number 1. Let's go ahead and go to graphic novel number 2. Graphic novel number 2 is Sleepy Hollow. Excuse me. I apologize. So graphic or Sleepy Hollow, this one actually is written by Dan Wickline. What I like about this is more like a modern day version of Ichabod Crane and Sleepy Hollow and so forth. It's about some school kids and so forth. They wind up playing a prank on one of their classmates. It goes horribly wrong from there. The classmate winds up getting beheaded. Turns out he is a distant relative of Ichabod Crane, and it becomes, again, a present-day version of Sleepy Hollow. Again, can't stress to you enough the absolutely fantastic artwork, not only on the cover that you see there, too, as well, but the interiors as well. Again, if you want to have this signed, you can get that signed by Joe Bruscia. Joe is our fearless leader. He can sign pretty much everything that we do. Again, if you're interested in graphic number 2, it is $12.99. Please indicate whether you'd like to have it signed or unsigned. All right, so let's rock and roll on to the Diamond books and so forth. So the one thing I want to stress about these Diamond books that we're about to show you is these are not available on our web store. It is, well, you're already putting it up, so let's call it. So that's okay. That's fine. So February is the first code that we're looking for on this bad boy. February is $10. It's a cover by Josh Burns, as you can see right there. This is a little bit more of a collectible side of things as far as a readable. You can read the book too as well. The book is Wonderland Child of Madness, issue number 3. It's cover E as in Edgar. It is a 400 print run. We're doing it for just $10. We're only going to be doing about 20 of these, maybe a little bit past that and so forth, but we're trying to keep it to about 20. And the reason why we do that is these diamond bronze retailers, the diamond silver level, gold level, these are books that are available to shops that sell our regular issues and so forth. And they get these books as incentives for selling so many of them and so forth. So, so we really like to keep the sales of these books pretty much with the comic shops that carry our books and so forth. We incentivize them through Diamond and so forth to carry more of our books. And they do really well with these Diamond incentives. Again, you're not going to find these on our web store. So grabbing one here in the stream, certainly an absolute optimal thing to do. So again, this is our February is the code that we're looking for on this. Just put February into notes and you can get this bad boy for again $10. Again, covered by Josh Burns. Another one of these absolutely fantastic cover artists that we are extremely fortunate to be working with. The book itself, again, Wonderland Child of Madness. It's issue 3, cover E as in Edgar. This is part of a 3-issue series written by Raven Gregory. So you need issues 1 and 2 to go with this. But again, to me, this is a little bit more of a collectible than it is a readable, but certainly you can read it, of course, as well. But it is issue 3 in that series, just to kind of make you aware of that. All right. So again, that is February. Looks like Di's rocking and roll on that. So that actually, while Di's taking down some of these names, that gives me a chance to tell you a little bit more about what we have coming up with Zenescope. In fact, later this week, on Friday, we're going to be doing a stream. If you got that graphic, Jake, let's go ahead and put it up. So this is going to be our Myths and Legends virtual con. It's going to start this Friday from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. We're going to run for an hour. And then on Saturday, another couple hours. We're going to have an interview on Saturday with Ron Leary Jr. If we haven't announced that yet, I'm letting you know right now. So it's going to be an absolutely fantastic time. Again, you're going to see some brand new books by Zenescope in these streams, some specials that we run in these streams too that are stuff that are not on our web store, new books that you haven't seen before and so forth. Join us for the fun. Again, it's going to be Friday evening, hopefully, if you're getting done work, and you can join us on Friday evening. If you can't, we're booking you a little bit of time on a Saturday to join us too as well. The books that we have on Friday and Saturday will be identical both days. So if you can't attend with us on Friday, we'd love to have you on Saturday. And again, this is our Myths and Legends virtual con for February. If you're interested in joining with us on that, we'd absolutely love to have you. All right, looks like we're ready to rock and roll. So let's go to the next book. Go ahead and put it up, Jake, if you could. So this one is Valentine. We did Valentine for Valentine's Day. This one happens to be a cover by Maguro. And this is same book as before, Wonderland Child of Madness issue 3, but this one happens to be cover F. It's a 250 print run for $20. Please put Valentine as the code is what you're looking for as far as obtaining that book. And again, we're going to let about 20 of these bad boys go, maybe a few more than that. Again, the other thing I want to kind of reiterate is something that Noah mentioned earlier. Half of all the proceeds today are going towards AA Comics and our good friends Paul, his son Zane in Lebanon, AA Comics and so forth. Like I mentioned, they are just an absolutely fantastic shop. If you guys have never been to that shop, if you're in the area, please go ahead and stop in. Again, Paul's just one of these absolutely fantastic friends of mine that, again, I've known for years and years. I've done his shop numerous times. He's always very accommodating. I think we've had pizza together. Paul and I, we certainly shared a beer or two in Pittsburgh last year at Comics Pro for sure. So again, Valentine's the code that we're looking for on this. So if you're interested in Valentine, just put it into the notes. And we'll get you set up with that. The other thing I want to mention to you too really fast is, again, if you are a brand new buyer to Zenescope, if you've never ordered from us before, first off, make sure you shoot us an email at vcons, which is VCONS at Zenescope, vcons at Zenescope. Make sure you give us your address and so forth, so that way we know where to send your stuff to and so forth. Give us your name. If you got a handle on Twitch or something like that, or YouTube versus your full name and so forth, that kind of lets us know who you are and so forth. So again, Valentine's what we're looking for there. Looks like guys ready to rock and roll. Let's go to the next one, dude. Go ahead and put the third book. So the third book I'm putting up the Super Bowl, dude. So I don't know how happy a lot of you were that the Chiefs and the Niners were in the Super Bowl. First and foremost, let me congratulate the Chiefs, dude. You got to congratulate the Chiefs. All right, you're not Andy Reid.
Yes.
You can't stand the Chiefs.
No, I like Andy Reid. I hate Patrick Mahomes.
You can't stand Mahomes. I find Mahomes a little babyish for my taste.
Yes.
Like, he seems to complain to the referees. He's the LeBron James to me of of the NFL. Definitely one of the most talented players in the game. Certainly, he's definitely the best quarterback in the game right now. No question, since Brady is retired. But yeah, a little babyish. But again, huge congrats to all those Chiefs fans out there. Joe, sorry about San Fran, dude. I can't say I was rooting for San Fran. You know what it is? San Fran is it's the players, dude. When they were like, see, you're not writing down your names.
No, I'm just thinking about the Super Bowl.
All right, sorry about that, dude. So Super Bowl is what we're looking for as far as the code goes. I'm bringing back some bad memories for Di. Di is just not a fan of Mahomes. But you can't be a fan of the Niners though. Like
I didn't care who's playing against.
Oh, so you were rooting for the Niners.
I was.
All right. I can sort of respect that. I'm not a fan of Debo and all the trash he's talked on the Eagles. In fact, he and Fletcher Cox have been going back and forth a little bit on social media. Which is a little bit hysterical to me because Debo talks a lot of trash. And certainly Debo had a monster game against the Eagles when they played him this year. They certainly put a stomping on my Eagles. But also, the Niners haven't won a Super Bowl since 1994. I don't know if you're aware of that, which means you're Super Bowl less. All right, dude. So stop talking so much trash, dude. Anyway, I was kind of rooting for a good game, and it started out so slow. I mean, it started out like friggin' 10-3. It was a snooze fest. Nobody was scoring touchdowns. It was ugly. To say the least. And then all of a sudden it turned into one of the best Super Bowls I've seen in years, just back and forth. San Fran taking the lead, KC taking the lead, San Fran coming back and tie them up, San Fran taking another lead in overtime, and then KC, of course, winning with a game-winning touchdown and so forth. All right, so Super Bowl is the code that we're looking for on this. Maguro is the cover artist. It is a 150 print run. It's $40 for the book. So if you're interested in that, just go ahead and put it into the notes. And again, we're going to limit it to about 10 people buying that. Again, pretty much just for same reason I said before. We want to let our comic shops get a chance to sell these books and so forth. All right, let's start with the last book that we have in the series. This would be Z-rated. It is sheer. It's not exactly a topless book. But it is Z-rated. Chiefs are what we're throwing up on this one. I'm throwing some Chiefs out there because I got out of the Chiefs, dude. All right. So Chiefs are what we're looking for on this one. It's a 75 print run. Again, a cover by Maguro too. Just the same. I can't exactly say this is a topless cover, but I would say it is a sheer cover, meaning it is pretty much topless as far as it is sheer and so forth in that regard. So again, this is our Diamond Platinum retailer cover, again, covered by Maguro. The book is the same. It's Wonderland Child of Madness, issue 3, and it's cover H as in Henry. Again, a 75 print run for just $75, which to me certainly makes it an absolute steal. I'm seeing a lot of people grabbing this bad boy. I'm a huge fan of Maguro's cover art. Maguro has been doing covers for us for a number of years, and these last 3 books that I've shown you are all Maguro covers. Certainly no exception as far as being absolutely outstanding covers. All right, let's rock on, dude. Let's go to, are we doing the print or we're doing the pack? Print. Let's do the print, dude. So if you're interested in that same cover but in a print, keep in mind this is an 11 by 17 print. This is not a book that you see here. It also has the AA Comics logo that you'll see right there on the print. Again, it's an 11 by 17. There are only 25 copies made of this print. Okay, that's one of the reasons why it's $30. So only 25 copies of it made. Obviously, make sure you want to grab one of these bad boys. Again, the print is there's only 25 made of that print. Again, a cover by Maguro. It is that Z-rated, again, cover that you see absolutely there. And also, again, try and note that it has the AA Comics logo right up in the top corner there that you see there too as well. All right, so if you're interested in the print, just put print into the notes and we will get you covered for that. Roy, we got you covered for that. Michael, thanks so much. Kyle, good to see you, my friend. So if you're interested again in the print, again, it's $30. The reason why it's $30 is there's only 25 copies made of that print. And again, it's 11 by 17. This is not an actual book. Again, it's going to be an actual print. Again, 11 by 17. All right. Let's go ahead and put up the pack. which is the last item that we have for sale. So if you're interested in the special pack, I picked out our last 3 covers from our Artist Remix collectibles last year. I love this pack. First of all, it's got Paul Green. Second of all, it's got Mike DeBalfo. Next to the last, certainly not but least, whatever, it's got Drax Gale in there too as well. If you saw Drax earlier in the stream, Drax was making some comments and so forth. It was actually perfect timing. So Drax, who you've a number of you have seen an interview with Drax and us. We've been absolutely fortunate to have Drax do interviews with us, and also obviously the covers too as well. But these 3 books are all $100 books. But you're actually getting them for $250. You can't order them individually. If you're interested in ordering them individually, you can head on over to zenescope.com and take a look for those. But I got a feeling that our Artist Remix covers are not on our web store. So this is a perfect opportunity, or only opportunity, I should say, to be able to grab the pack. So again, the pack has the Paul Green cover that you see there in a Z-rated. That's Van Helsing, The Horror Beneath. And then it also has the Mike DeBalfo. That is Zodiac versus Hydra. And then also the Drax Gal, which is Van Helsing, The Syndicate. So again, all 3 of those covers in the pack, it's $250. Try and keep in mind too, again, half of the proceeds, if you do buy the pack, go to, again, our good friends at AA Comics and my man Paul. All right. So that has all the books that we wanted to cover, the prints and so forth. If you do have any questions, you can always shoot us an email at vcons, VCONS, at Zenescope. I did talk a little bit about the stream that we have coming up this weekend. So again, if you want to put that graphic back up one more time, there's our, again, our Myths and Legends virtual con. It's going to be Friday and Saturday. You see the times right there. If you want to join us on Facebook, if you want to join us on YouTube too as well, make sure you're telling your friends too, because we're going to have a like goal for YouTube. These past numerous streams, we've been able to hit the like goal on our first day, which has been excellent. Again, we're going to have a like goal, and we're going to have a gift for you guys for everybody that orders and so forth if we hit that like goal. So make sure you're letting all your friends know and so forth. These virtual cons that we do, these 2-day streams that we do, it's a great way, first of all, to find out everything Zenescope. We'll talk about books in there. We'll talk about collectibles in there too as well. We'll have some specials and deals on merch and stuff like that. So it's not just comics too as well. It's we're also going to have an artist interview too as well on Saturday with Ron Leary Jr. So stay tuned for that. I did want to talk about movie night too as well. So movie night is going to be never-ending story, dude. There it is right there. First of all, I love that graphic. That looks like a little bit of Elias Chadzudis right there. Am I correct on that one? Little Elias Chadzudis. All right. So on movie nights, we do for Movie Club, we're going to be talking a little bit about Never Ending Story. Special guests, Ralph Tedesco, Crystal Starr, Marilyn Gigliotti, and Brian O'Halloran from Clark's, along with Noah, along with Jake too as well. That will be on Wednesday next week, and I believe it's Wednesday the 21st. What do you got, sir?
We're doing it at 5, I believe, not 6.
So, yeah, the one thing we're going to change on that graphic is it's at 5 p.m. Eastern instead of 6 p.m. All right, so try and make a note of that. Again, Movie Club will be on Wednesday the 21st, and that'll be 5 p.m. And I'm sure we'll send out something on social media and so forth, a little bit about the change. But again, try and make a note of it. Again, it's going to be 5 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday instead of 6 p.m. All right. Last thing I want to talk about is the VIP event that we're going to have in March. So tickets are still available. All right. If you guys are interested in going to the VIP event, make sure you shoot me an email. Shoot me an email at that Jay can deal us at Zenescope. If you could throw my email in the stream, yeah, please. So shoot me an email on that, and I will get you a discount code for the VIP event. Not only are we going to have Ebas, Mike Crome, Sun Kumanaki, Nihai Rafino, it is literally a chance to get phenomenal cover artists, also writers, editors, our entire creative team, all going out to Vegas. It's going to be an absolutely fantastic event. It's going to be March 8th. Lance, we can't wait to see you, man. Always good to see you as always. I know Jeff's going too as well, your partner in crime. So should be an absolutely fantastic time. Again, Vegas VIP event. Tickets are still available. If you have not purchased and you're thinking about purchasing, shoot me an email at that Jake and Deals at Zenescope, and I'll make sure I get you a discount for your ticket and so forth. Ralph, I think, has been offering some discounts on rooms too as well. So I'll see if I can swing something like that for you too as well. We'll see. We'll see what I'll see what I can do. I can't promise anything. All right. So again, that's our Vegas VIP event. Again, it's March 8th and 9th. And if you are interested in going, Scott, we're looking forward to seeing you, dude. I'm looking forward to seeing you and your beautiful bride, Georgia. I know you got something for Valentine's Day for her, dude. All right, that's good work out of you, dude. All right, so that pretty much brings us to a close. Did I not cover anything? Anything anybody wanted to talk about? No, we're good to go. All right, so I want to say a huge thank you to Di. Di, it's been a while. It's been a while, dude. Look at you. Di's back in the stream, dude. Laura wasn't able to make it today for one reason or another. I want to see huge thanks to Jake. Huge thanks to Noah for doing that interview, of course. Huge thanks to Noah for writing the Valentine's Day special, dude. I gotta tell you, I enjoyed it. Good work out of Noah, dude. Noah's second writing credit with Zenescope. Extremely fortunate in that regard. Again, if you have any questions, make sure you shoot us an email at vcons, VCONS@Zenescope, and we'll try and take care of all your questions and needs and so forth. And I think that's pretty much it, dude. Thank you, guys. Thanks so much for joining us today. Hope you guys had a good time. Hope you had a good time and looking at Paul's shop and so forth. Make sure you check out Paul on Facebook, dude. Can we put that graphic up one last time on Paul's? There it is right there. There's AA Comics and Cards. Make sure you check out Paul on Facebook. And huge thank you for everybody here at Zenescope. Thanks so much. Thanks for joining us today.